This is a big news break coming in. Bombay High Court has ordered release of the minor accused in the Pune Porsche case. So the VVIP brat killer is to be released as per Bombay High Court order. Shocking that he's been granted bail given that two innocent lives were lost on that fateful night. This is the Bombay High Court order. We'll try and go across to Sandeep as well to get us details of this order and the kind of arguments that were made in the court. But the court ordering the release of the VVIP brat in the Pune Porsche case. In fact, we understand that the court has declared the remand orders as illegal and set them aside. So, Bombay High Court passing the order that the minor accused of the Pune murder is to be released in the case. Let's go across to Sandeep. He's joining us with more details on that. Sandeep, very, very shocking that the VVIP brat has been granted bail by the Bombay High Court. But take us through the arguments that were made in the Bombay High Court by the accused's counsel.
See, Samiksha, it is not very surprising what the court has in fact ordered. Ultimately, if you go through with the past arguments that were taken place 5 days back, what was argued from the defense is that, he was illegally detained, he was sent under illegal detention. In fact, technically, it is said that he was under the confinement of Pune police. The Bombay High Court, in fact, pulled up Pune police over, his remand. Remember, in the past, the Pune police had, in fact, sought his remand second time. First time he got the bail. Another time, Pune police went to Juvenile Justice Board and sought his remand. So, in fact, Bombay High Court pulled up Pune police, stating that you had, in fact, opposed the bail of this very juvenile, but ultimately what has happened, Samiksha, in this very matter is that considering the legalities in this very matter, considering the legalities and the time span that the juvenile had in fact spent in this very juvenile justice home out here in Yerwada, considering all that facts, Joining me is Mr. Tikam Shekhawat. Tikam, you've been covering this very case, and ultimately the kind of order that has been given by the Bombay High Court, is it surprising? Is it shocking? What's your say in this?
See, on technical front, it's not surprising. And the reason is, in the last hearing, Bombay High Court very clearly stated to police what is the reason you're keeping this person in confinement. And today, viewers, the case was of habeas corpus, which means Bombay High Court was verifying whether this kind of confinement, is it really required? Is it legal? And today, by this judgment, it's a big setback to Pune police. And the reason is, there is nothing additional which Pune police can find out or get it from this person who is a juvenile.
But the question out here is that was enough efforts were made by Pune police in order to make this case stronger? Isn't it true that there was a blood sample tampering that in fact took place, and that was the reason as well?
In my view, Police Commissioner Amitesh Kumar has taken all the efforts to ensure that the justice needs to be given. However, there were goof-ups at the level of Sassoon Hospital, for which Dr. Taure is still inside. And these small goof-ups have created complete mess in this case. And that's the reason perhaps Pune police there was a setback to Pune police.
They failed.
I would say setback. The reason is, I will not use word failed because I would say when they have sent the sample to 2 places, perhaps they were aware that there is a possibility, it's a very high profile matter, and there is a possibility, there's a possibility one sample can be played with. And that's the reason they went ahead with a second sample. So I would not say they failed, but it's their...
That was a cover-up, in fact.
You can call it, Sandeep. Ultimately, it's a complete failure of Sassoon. It's a complete failure of JGB where we are sitting. I mean, how can a judge who is sitting here, a JGB member, he has a remand application from Pune Police which clearly state it's a case of 304, which means in Hindi gair iradatan hatya, culpable homicide. This person, the JJB member, has completely ignored this document. Viewers, on the first instance itself, if this document would have been taken care by JJB, I'm pretty sure the bail would not have been given to the accused on the very first day itself.
But ultimately, as far as the Bombay High Court is concerned and as far as the hearing is concerned, if you could just shed some light regarding how Pune Police was in fact pulled up by Bombay High Court.
So in the last hearing by Bombay High Court, court was very clear and candid. I mean, court was verifying what is the purpose of Pune Police. This was a third time application by Pune Police for the extension of confinement. I'll not call it remand because remand is generally used for adults. This is a case of minor. And the moment court decide against Pune Police in a habeas corpus, it's a big setback. And the setback is because in habeas corpus, this confinement itself becomes illegal. That means technically on legal front, all these while when this juvenile was inside, in a way, in simple terms, court is saying this was illegal.
The first mistake that Pune Police did, and that is the reason that, the Pune Police had to, in fact, correct the first mistake. And in order to correct the first mistake, they kept making on mistake, and ultimately, earlier he was allowed bail. Later on, they sought custody. And ultimately, for the same reason, the Bombay High Court pulled them up.
I agree with you. At Yeroda police station, yes, not only one mistake, there were dozens of mistakes which were made, and perhaps that's the reason the two police officials, senior police officials from Yeroda police station, they're suspended. But major goof up has happened at this place. If cameraman can show, this is JJB. This is JJB. And why I'm saying major goof up? Because when Devendra Fadnavis and Amitesh Kumar pulled up Yeroda police station, then the 304 section was added in the FIR. But this place at the time of...
But I'll tell you, I'll just have to make a point out here. Tikam, at the point when the amended FIR was given before the Juvenile Justice Board, at that point in time, the committee, as far as the inquiry of the committee is concerned, Tikam, the committee mentions that the amended FIR was not considered by the Juvenile Justice Board judge at that point in time when the hearing was under.
So when Punekar News has investigated this matter, we have found that the concerned JJB member who was hearing this plea, he has pointed, seen and filed. Now technically in any case, when you say seen and filed, which means this document of Pune Police of 304 section has been seen by the judge.
But was not considered?
Was not considered. And it's a major goof up, it's a major setback to Maharashtra government. I'm pretty surprised, I'm sure right from CM Eknath Shinde, Devendra Fadnavis, everybody is on the top of this case. But why no severe action has been taken on this JJB member as of now? Why still there is a show of inquiry and we are doing something, we are working on it?
No one is questioning the role of Sunil Tingre as well, isn't it surprising?
Yeah, right from the first day, Pune media has checked about Sunil Tingre. But I remember in one of the press conference, Pune Police Commissioner clearly stated, in case if there is some evidence against Sunil Tingre, they will certainly get into it. But over a period, during their investigation, from our sources also, who connected with crime branch, it is understood that Tingre did visit the police station, and instead of police, I believe Sunil Tingre or Ajit Pawar should answer this question. I mean, why he was present and whether there was an involvement. Because from police perspective...
His man is under judicial custody in the same case as Ashfaq.
From crime branch perspective, it is stated that he was there, but he was not involved in any kind of dealings as such.
Who is Ashfaq then? Ashfaq's name is, appeared, and ultimately he was brought to the law, and he spent around 10 to 12 days behind the bars under the police custody.
Justice Board took the custody of the child in conflict in law. That particular custody was illegal per se, especially illegal. It was extended on 5th June and 12th June. Today we challenge the 3 remands of the Juvenile Justice Board before the High Court. The writ of habeas corpus was filed by the paternal aunt of the child in conflict in law. Section 12 of the particular act was the backbone of the writ, and we argued that be it a bailable offence or a non-bailable offence, the code of CRPC, the Criminal Procedure Code, does not apply to a child in conflict in law, and that's why we released for his immediate release. and today the Honorable High Court has directed for the release.
Custody the judge gave to the minor accused.
The custody has to be granted to the paternal aunt who is the petitioner in the matter.
As the expected minor accused will release today.
According to the directions of the High Court, yes.
Thank you.
Very, very shocking that the VVIP brat killer is set to be released from the observation home. Sandeep, of course, continues to be with us. Sandeep, the question here being, was the Pune police unable to make a watertight case against the VVIP brat, even as there has been incriminating evidence? There was a clear cover-up attempt as well. Why is it that the Pune police failed to make a strong case against the accused?
See, Samiksha, I'll tell you one thing. Pune police has got the evidences, but ultimately the evidences were tampered under the supervision of Pune police officers. Now, how it happened, that needs to be understood. Joining me is Mr. Tikam from Punekar News. Tikam, the biggest question out here is that I'm asking the same question to you again and again. In order to cover the first mistake, they kept on making multiple mistakes. And in fact, you mentioned about the goof up at the Sassoon hospital. Don't you think that if the Pune police officers would have been prominent with the fact or adamant on their role, then this goof up would not have happened?
See, as an investigative journalist and a consulting editor of Punekar News, I'll see it from two perspectives. The first perspective is, it's foresightedness of Pune Police Commissioner Amitesh Kumar that he has sent 2 samples and he did not tell media or anybody in his team that second sample has been given. So it was a very confidential activity.
The question is why?
Let me complete. However, there is a goof up also. Ultimately, Pune Police could not control the mismanagement by Sassoon. They could not control the tampering by Sassoon. They could not control the effective utilization of this blood sample at Sassoon Hospital. And that's the reason this case, there was a goof up. And ultimately this case went to a different level. If this blood sample would have been clearly checked by Sassoon Hospital on a very first day, investigated properly, I'm sure on the second or maximum by third day, the results would have been out. But since there was no result, since it was thrown out, for a couple of days, Pune Police was saying that results are yet to come, results are coming.
So ultimately, it's been just 1 month and 4 days he was behind this observation home.
35 days.
35 days almost. He has been in the observation home. But the question remains the same. Has the justice prevailed out here?
Sandeep, and viewers, justice is a very big term. I would request cameramen to show some ladies who are sitting here. आप लोग भी अपने बच्चों के लिए आए यहाँ पे, राइट? आप इनसे पूछ सकते हैं, कैमरा अगर बच्चों के लिए आए ना? मेरे से कोई पहले बात कर रहा था, 1.5 महीने से 1 महीने से आपके बच्चे इधर हैं. इनके बच्चों को नहीं छोड़ा जा रहा है. इनके आम आदमी जो गरीब आदमी है ना, in the case of common man, you cannot afford good lawyers, you cannot afford good advocates, you cannot go to Bombay High Court and file a petition of habeas corpus. But in this case, the family, on legal front, they're right. But point is, in this case, the family has gone to Bombay High Court and they filed this petition under habeas corpus, which means they challenged the confinement of this juvenile, and they succeeded. But justice, I think, is yet to come. Justice is a long process here. His bail is just a first setback to Pune Police. Justice will take time, Sandeep.
CM Shinde has assured all kind of help at this point in time. In fact, the father of Ashwini Costa and also Anis Avadhya, met Chief Minister Eknath Shinde yesterday. On the day when he assures all kind of help, all kind of support to the family, on the next day, this kind of order, is it not, disappointment for the family members of the victims?
Certainly, the families who have lost their lovely loved ones, for them it's a big setback, it's a disappointment. However, through your channel, Sandeep, I would ask a big question to Eknath Shinde and Home Minister Devendra Fadnavis. And Punekar News' question is...
Right, Sandeep, we will just come across to you in a bit. Let's go across to Sampreet Koshta. He's the brother of Ashwini Koshta, who's lost his life that very fateful night. धन्यवाद हमसे बात करने के लिए. आपकी अभी क्या मांग रहेगी महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट से एक, और आपको क्या लगता है एक all right, we seem to have lost that connection, but we'll try and connect with Ashwini Koshta's family again. But yes, a very big disappointment coming in, given that the Bombay High Court has ordered the release of the juvenile from the observation home. Sandeep continues to be with us. Sandeep, once again, talk us through about the kind of arguments that were made in the court. Why is it that the Pune police was unable to make a strong case against the VVIP killer in the, before the court?
Samiksha, I'll just mention few points out here. As far as this case is concerned, when the Pune police went in before the Bombay High Court, they mentioned that this incident had taken place and the minor was in fact involved in this very cruel action, in fact. But ultimately, the Bombay High Court pulled up Pune police, stating that on first hand, why the bail was opposed. On the other hand, was he given, any guardian to take his responsibility or not? If not, then whether the legal probation officer was in fact provided or not. And if the family members were not there, then who, under whose, custody he was there? In fact, ultimately, as per the law, you need someone from the family member to take care of any of the accused in such kind of matter. Not only that, as per the Supreme Court guidelines, this case does not comes into heinous to heinous crime, and ultimately that was observed by Bombay High Court and ultimately that was one of the key factors that worked in the favor of this very juvenile who is behind the bars now.
Yeah, very true. The whole effort of Pune police was on a front that they can prove this person as an adult, and the basis for that was Pune police would be proving that this was a heinous crime. In this complete proceedings, till today, court has not accepted, or JJB has not accepted this case as of heinous crime. Heinous to heinous, we can call it heinous also, because for them it's a case of accident, and police has proved this, that the person was in influence of alcohol, and considering this complete background, Bombay High Court has considered the overall confinement of this person in today's case illegal. I mean, after 35 days illegal, because whatever Pune police wanted to check, ask, know from this person, they are aware. The parents of this person, they're already in custody. They're in judicial custody, by the way. So what more Pune police wants from them? Considering that this was the whole argument by the family.
I think that enough an investigation was done by Pune police in this very matter. The way they booked the family members, from grandfather to Vishal Agarwal to Shivani Agarwal, and the way people were booked from the Agarwal family, and there were multiple cases that were in fact registered, be it kidnapping case, be it blood sample manufacture.